Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, good.
Well, since you were involved in the screenplay, did you maybe consider bringing Handsome Jack?
There were many discussions of Handsome Jack. There was a lot of consideration of Handsome Jack, but those were all discussions that had come before I came onto the project. But no, they wanted to tell this one with Lilith, Roland, Tiny Tina, Krieg, and Tanis. And we actually had Jacobs and Hammerlock in there. We had Ellie and Scooter in there. It just became too many characters. We had to narrow it down. But yeah, we thought Handsome Jack is so good, he deserves his own film, but it didn't fit into the story.
I see. I thought maybe you were just considering leaving him for a possible next film.
I don't know. Well, we have to see. If people go and see this one, then that's the best way to get a Handsome Jack film.
So I got a chance to sit down with Randy during Comic-Con, and he mentioned that it was thanks to you that we got a powerhouse actress to play the scumbag bounty hunter. Was it hard to convince Cate to be involved?
No, Kate was game for it. I called her and I said, I'm doing this movie. It's going to be an insane, big, fun, almost like a spaghetti western, sci-fi, space opera adaptation of this hugely popular video game. And I said, I really want to see you play a badass like Clint Eastwood, Man with No Name, or Kurt Russell in Escape from New York. And she said, Escape from New York's my favorite movie. And I said, all right, we're good. And so she learned to twirl guns. We put her on ratchets. She learned to shoot and fight and shoot a flamethrower, shooting real fire. It was incredible. She's the best. And, most people want to see her in dramatic roles, but I really wanted to see her covered in dirt with the red hair, shooting and kicking ass. It was incredible.
Anything she does, she's a badass in it.
Yeah, they're amazing. It's these three incredible generation of women where you have Jamie Lee Curtis, Kate Blanchett, and then of course Ariana Greenblatt, who's just a powerhouse in her own right. She's 13 years old when we made the film. She's amazing.
How did you feel jumping into this project? Because you obviously this is based on a video game. So is how familiar were you to the video game and how was the pressure?
Well, I was familiar with it, but I wasn't like a crazy Borderlands player, but I knew the game. So anytime you dive into a subject matter, you fully immerse yourself in it. And I knew it and I liked it and I loved it. I was really, excited by the visuals, by the style, by the sense of humor. And there's just a general sense of chaos and insanity that I love in the game. It's got its own rules, its own world, 3,000 years in the future on another planet. It really appeals to my sensibilities. I just don't have the skills to get through it. I'm terrible at playing games. So Randy Pitchford and his wife Christy, they took me on playthroughs through the games, and I watched every playthrough and played the game. But for me, there's pressure in any situation, and you just do the best you can. And we certainly were throwing curveball after curveball during the pandemic, but everyone was. You just get through it. But I'm really, really proud of the film and proud of the cast, and I think everybody did a great job.
When I watch the film, I'm going in thinking video game where all sorts of explosions and everything, there's no limits to all that.
Yeah.
So directing, did you have a little additional fun with that?
Yeah, definitely. There are certainly things in the movie that, we really defy physics enough where I think we get away with it. We'll see. But yeah, that's part of the fun is like flying, when you're flying ships and people shooting with guns that don't exist. It's like, that you can come up with these crazy, insane ideas like Claptrap expelling the bullets, and that becomes the reality. That's the fun of just total escapist. I just wanted a big, fun popcorn movie, but also a movie that kids could enjoy. There's that 9-year-old boy in me that loves these types of films, that saw Star Wars and was just taken to another world. And you're not taking it seriously the way I do as a director, watching stuff with that critical eye. You just kind of, there's a party that's the kid. You just want to turn off your brain and go and have a fun time at the movies. And that was this kind of movie.
That definitely is. Thank you so much for your time and thank you for ruining Thanksgiving for me.
Oh, thank you. I hope to ruin many more holidays.
Yeah, I can't see the turkey the same way anymore.
Yeah, I don't think anyone. I'm curious what happens this Thanksgiving at everyone's Thanksgivings now that they've seen the movie.
It's a tradition now to watch it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We got a board game coming out, so if the movie's not enough, you can then play the Thanksgiving board game.
Awesome. I'll be looking out for it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.